Hey guys, okay, so I had a dream the other day, and it's not that I didn't think that it was important. It was just I don't know. So let me go ahead and tell you the dream. So okay, so it started off with me. I was looking down at my belly, and my belly was little, and I kind of glanced down, and I see like movement, like little bumps, like even if a baby moves around in the belly. I felt like fluttering in my stomach, and I looked down and I was like, did I just see what I just saw? Like what in the world was that? And so I looked again, and then I see my belly moving around, and I was like, oh my gosh, I did see it. And then my belly started growing slowly, started growing slowly. And then I went to my husband and I said, oh my gosh, I think I'm pregnant. And he's like, you're pregnant? And I was like, but I didn't think that I was pregnant, because in my dream, I felt like I didn't feel any movement for 5 months. That's what I said. And he was like, but you didn't feel anything for 5 months. And I said, I know. I said, that's why I thought that I wasn't pregnant. And then he was like, wow. So we went to the doctor. I was sitting on the doctor's like the seat, like for the checkup. And then as I was sitting down, she was checking me with the stethoscope. But when I got there, my belly was huge, like about to pop. But in my dream, I knew that I was huge, and the baby was so big in my belly that there was just no room for the baby to move. So you could see every single movement going on in my belly. And so so I was in pain, so I was grimacing in pain, and so I couldn't sit still. Like, I was trying to pick myself up, like try to continuously move around to get myself comfortable. And the doctor said, well, and I knew in my dream, nobody said it, but I knew in my dream that that I was only 25 weeks. Like, if the baby was born, the baby was going to be premature. So I knew that the baby wouldn't be ready. And so I was, from there, I guess I ended up going home. And then it skipped from there to, I was in the car with my mom, my sisters, and we were driving to the hospital. And they were going to take me to the hospital to go see what was going on with the baby. I felt like I was going to deliver the baby. And so when I got to the hospital, then the doctor had told me, again, I knew that I was only 25 weeks pregnant, so the baby would be premature. And so when I went to the hospital, okay, the doctor said, all right, well, the baby might not be ready, but we're going to check anyway. So the doctor checked, and then she ended up taking the baby. She ended up taking the baby out. She ended up delivering the baby. And then I was kind of nervous to hold the baby, because the baby was slippery. And I told her, I said, well, I don't want to hold the baby because I don't want him to slip out of my hands. I don't want him to squirm. But the funny thing is, the baby was 25 weeks. It was a boy, and he was huge. He looked like he was 2 months old. He looked like he was already a 2-month-old baby. He did not look premature at all. And then I was holding him, and then my mom says, so I give the baby back, the doctors, and clean the baby up and stuff. So when I went to the room, my mom said, okay, well, when are we going to leave? And I was like, well, no, Mom. Like, me and my mom were super excited for the baby to come home. But I was like, no, Mom, the doctor says that the baby's not probably ready to go home, that she might have to put him back. And that was a funny part of the dream. So I told my mom, me and my mom knew that the baby is not ready, that the doctor, even though the baby came out, the baby might have to go back into my belly. And then she was like, oh, okay. She's like, well, she's like, man, I was like, I know, I want him to come home too. And then my mom had said, the nurse had came in, and then she was like, well, you can go ahead and check in the basket at door 29, room 29, door 29. Go check in the basket. There's papers filled with the baby's names that are ready to go home. And she was like, so if his name is there, then that means he's ready to go home. If not, we're going to have to put him back. And I was like, okay. So me and my mom's like, well, come on, let's go check. Let's check to see if he's ready to come home with us. Hopefully he doesn't have to get put back. And I was like, I know, I hope we're able to take him with us. And so me and my mom started walking, and I still had kind of like a big belly. And we went to door. My mom was like, was it 290? And I said, no, Mom, door 29. And she said, okay, so it's not door 290. I said, no, 29. And she said, okay. So we walked, and then she's like, oh, look, there's 29. And so we stopped, and there was a big basket full of papers, and the baby's name was right on top. And then my mom was like, oh, she's like, yes. And I said, she's like, here's his name. Here it is right here. And I said, oh, good. He's ready to come home. He doesn't have to get put back. In my dream, it didn't seem like awkward for the baby to have to get put back. It was like almost like a normal thing. And then I was like, she was like, well, good, come on, let's go back to the room, and let's get ready to go home. And I was like, okay. So we walked back to the room, and again they brought me the baby, and I started to get him dressed. And I knew that it was time for us to go home. I knew I could take the baby home. The baby, even though the baby was premature, like I told you before, I know I keep bringing it up because this is really awkward. The baby was supposed to be 25 weeks premature, like 25 weeks. That would be only 5 months. 5 months. I would have been 5 months pregnant. And so I said, well, I guess the baby's ready to go. Let's go. And me and my mom were super excited. We're like, yes, it's finally time to go home. It's finally time to go home. And then we grabbed the baby, got him dressed, and we started to walk out. And then I woke up. So that was just really awkward how, again, where I said that the baby was only 25 weeks premature. But when you see him, he was huge. He was huge. He looked like a 2-3 month old baby. Like, he looked ready to go home. Like he was big and healthy. But again, premature, a preemie baby. But I wanted to go ahead and share that with y'all guys. I had this dream maybe about 2 weeks ago, and today is Wednesday, December 16th, 2020. So I just wanted to share that with y'all, and I will talk to y'all later.